Yeah. You will not be making it to an adult larva. You will be making it as chicken food though. Can't wait. We are checking out our fall hives right now. Basically right now, most people, if they were going to get a fall harvest, they probably already have. And now my goal is to get the hives I have to hopefully get through winter. So I'm going to do a quick inspection, see how they're doing, and I may even feed some of the hives, I guess, sugar water 1-to-1. I should still see some brood for sure. It's the end of September or middle of September, but in the next month or so, I should see a decrease in my brood amount because the queen stops laying and we start getting winter bees, which I'll talk more about that in another video. But where I live, I think my queens like really only stop laying for about 2.5 to 3 months. And if it's a warm January or February, sometimes I see lots of brood even in late January. But like I said, we're gonna open up our hives, just do a quick inspection hopefully, and see how my bees are doing. And what else are we doing? Well, I know it's a rainy day, it's not a great day, but I'm gonna do my best. Sometimes with a busy schedule, you gotta beekeep when you're able to, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. Even though it's cloudy, it's even a little rainy, which is, you know, a horrible time to be beekeeping, but I got 1 hour, so I'm gonna make use of it. Wow. This was a package I started this year, and this hive seems to be booming. They weren't booming a month ago. A lot of propolis here. Propolis, propolis. People say them both ways. Okay, wow. A lot of propolis. Wow. This is some awesome honey they made. I could be tempted to take some, but I'm not going to because that would be bad. Because you always need to leave your bees plenty of honey, people. I'm glad I'm doing an inspection though, because the fall flow is close to over. I'll probably still have a few things blooming until the end of the year. Not the end of the year, the end of the month. And even in October, I normally have asters going, maybe a little bit of goldenrod. This hive's doing well though. For a package that wasn't being successful, now where you have a good hive. I'm just doing a quick inspection, then I want to take the top box off and look for the queen. Okay, I do see brood, which is good. There's worker brood, cap brood, and that's in the top box, so hopefully the hive body down below, usually I will see more brood. If I can see open brood, that's even better. Even if I don't find the queen right now, since I don't have a lot of time, I would like to see some open brood. And there we go, open brood, people. It's hard to see, but there's open larvae right there, some open brood. The queen could even be on these frames. Okay. Whoa. There's some great brood for the fall. Check out that brood, people. And on this side, there's even more. I see open brood, cap brood. So I know my queen has been here semi-recently, at the very least. I'm okay with not doing a full inspection on this one since I found open brood for right now. And I know this hive has increased because I keep records of my frames. So let's look at another one. Put a little sugar water in for them. I like these feeders better than the wooden ones. Some people love the wooden ones. That's what I like to use. Give them a little supplemental feed here. Just a little 1-to-1 sugar water. I just gave them not even a half gallon, but that's okay. My hive for the school I teach at, I teach high school, and we started a beekeeping club, but I had to bring the hive back to my house because of COVID. Oh, you can already tell that they did some comb building. Not where I wanted them to, but they did. Wow. I should have flipped this, but I did not, but that's okay. I'm gonna flip it in a second here. Wish I had more time today, but I don't. So I'm gonna scrape all of this and then flip this, and then I'm going to feed this hive some sugar water. Look, it's cut comb. I thought about getting a fall harvest, but not this year. I think next year I will, though. And I have the last 2 years gotten a fall harvest. It's, you know, sometimes you get busy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a feeder on for this hive. Just giving them a little boost. I don't do a lot of fall feeding because I have fall flowers, lots of them. A lot of people start in August feeding. I don't always do that. Just giving them a little boost. I'm also putting on my entrance reducers if I haven't already. Soon there's not going to be any flowers, and a lot of predators are going to be showing up at our beehive like yellow jackets. So this here, this entrance reducer is going to help my bees be able to guard their entrance a little more. For right now, I'm going to put it on the bigger entrance, but later I will give them just a small entrance to access their hive. But like I said, I still have a decent amount of flower, so I am hoping that, you know, they're still bringing in pollen. They're doing a lot of good things right now. I lost a hive, people. Not good, not good. It was a weak hive, and I almost didn't count it as a hive because it was so weak. It was a package I got, and the package just never took off this year. I fed, the package lost a queen. It was just not a good hive, but I was hoping for the best. I probably should have put them in a nuke, and last time I checked, the hive was not doing well, and I started noticing very little activity in the front entrance. And I noticed this last week. but I haven't been able to access the hive until today. And when I did, there's no bees, and wax moths have invaded. If a beekeeper tells you they've never had a problem with wax moths, they're either lying to you or they haven't been beekeeping long enough. So most of the time when wax moths invade, it's usually a sign that there's something else wrong with the hive. There may be a mite infection. A lot of people store their frames over the winter, and that's where the wax moths invade. But in this case, I just had a really weak hive that couldn't defend its hive. I don't know if they absconded or if they got robbed out by the stronger hives in my apiary, but regardless, I'm going to show you the wax moths because it's good to see them. And like I said, if a beekeeper says they've never had this problem ever, they just haven't been beekeeping long enough, or they're lying to you. So let's open up this hive and just see what happened to it. I don't have any gloves on or my veil on because I don't need them. Because there's no bees here. You may see a few bees, but it's just bees from my other hives. The rest of my hives are doing great. I just inspected 2 of them, and they are great for the fall. But this hive, even though I treated it, I did some feeding, there just wasn't a lot of bees in here. But hey, at least I have comb drawn out for next year, right? There's a few ants here. There's a little bit of wax moth damage. Not too much. And that one. Okay, I'm gonna show you this, people. Freaking wax moth. You silly wax moths. Great. And as you can see the damage they do. Here's the poop of wax moth. Not good. Let's see what else. Damage to my hive. But you know, sometimes you get a weak hive, and maybe it was for the best that this hive just never got started. So right, wax moth damage. I haven't had any problems with wax moths the last couple of years, but you know, it's going to happen to everybody. Look at all this poop from the adults, I guess, and maybe the baby, the larva. Looks like maybe this is hatched out. And what do? They eat the wax, people. So as you can see, they've done some damage. Okay, we'll keep opening it up. Normally I don't have this bad of damage, but like I said, I just didn't have the time to get to this hive. I'm just gonna put the larva and the silk that I find off to the side. This is just gonna be a rough cleaning. I'm gonna clean this up. I should be able to salvage most of this. See, you can even see some brood in here, some hive brood. maybe the damage isn't. Oh, check this out. Ugh. You are going to be chicken food, larva. I'm tossing you into the turkeys. Yeah, you look all sweet and innocent, don't you? Oh, we'll be taking care of you. You are chicken food, turkey food. Yeah. You will not be making it to an adult larva. You will be making it as chicken food, though. Can't wait. Let's keep seeing what we can see. Here's more. Again, I'm just showing you the damage that wax moths can do. As you can see, all my other hives are doing pretty good if you can see anything. These hives are getting a little upset. Check out this. Ya dang wax moths. It doesn't look like there's too much damage in that hive. But again, this was a weak hive. It just never took off, and no matter what I did, it just wasn't a great hive, but that's okay. So right now I have 5 hives in my arsenal. I think they're all doing pretty well. I just inspected these 2 hives, and I knew this hive was bad a couple days ago, actually. Hive B, X, and A seem to have decent activity. I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow to inspect them. So I'm gonna clean up this lost hive. I'm gonna feed this to my chickens. So this larva is not going to turn into moths, people. This is gonna turn into energy for the chickens. But again, this does look like bad damage. Really, it's not too horrible. I may have lost a few frames. But I think overall, since I did catch it relatively early, I should be able to salvage most of this. And what I can, I'm going to clean up and freeze and then clean again. And just count it up as a loss to beekeeping, because, you know, this happens to anybody and everybody. So if you enjoy this video, as a beekeeper, I just try to be honest. And sometimes you win, sometimes you don't win. But if you don't share that story, then I think people get a false sense of beekeeping, and that just isn't right to do. So until next time, just, you know, learn from my lessons, learn from your lessons, and try again.